what struck me the most about watching it was just how much footage you must have collected. Just, I mean, from the shows alone, and then all the time you spent with them, and then going back to find the footage that you used from old shows, from TV appearances, and family footage. How did you go about balancing that between what you had shot with him, because I'm sure there was enough there to make a movie, and then going back and finding footage that was relevant to that as well?
I think that you know, the frame of the story was that we wanted to do the tour. We wanted to frame it with the beginning of the tour and the end of the tour, and of course the audience that remembers Glenn remembers him as young. But when we were first talking about doing the movie, the idea of Kim, actually one day I said, "Do you have any old footage?" And she said, "Yeah, I think I can find some." And she came and just dumped a box of 8mm VHS, you know, Super 8, Beta, you know, every kind of format you can imagine.
Kinescope.
Well, you know, maybe, you know, of the parents. Anyway, and so we transferred everything, and it was a gold mine, you know, and they'd never even seen it. They didn't even know it. You know, she just said, we just had this box of stuff. And so the idea was to have Glenn watch himself and to see what he could remember. And that's the way the film begins. And so, and that was the journey. So, you know, so the frame was that, was the tour. And we've continued to film, actually, because we think there's more to the story than just the tour, certainly of the journey of Glenn. But we're not exactly sure how that will manifest itself. We just want to, and Kim wants to finish the story. He's in stage 7 now, so.
I mean, that's one of the more interesting things about this film to me, too, and one of the more important things is that you could look at it with the footage that you have and have just, I mean, flat out one of the best concert documentaries that's ever been made. But there's another story there that you're telling, and that's intriguing to me that you're going to keep doing it, that you're going to keep chronicling it. Did you decide when you got into this that that's how you were going to shoot the film, or did you just learn it as you went and then cut it later?
It's like being a sculptor. You know, the stone is there and it reveals itself. You know, I think that. You know, we didn't. Well, first of all, the thing that was, you know, when is this going to end? It's you know, this is a year in. We're going. He's still going. You know, and well, that's good, and he's still going. You know, and he's really digging it. You know, the thing that was interesting is that he'd have good nights. Yes, you saw in the film, he'd have good nights, and sometimes when you think he's going to have his worst night, was his best night. It just was fascinating, and we took it as long as Glenn wanted to do it. And the interesting thing too about his real before he contracted the Alzheimer's, he didn't want to tour anymore. He didn't want to do this. But the fact that he could go out with his family and he could have one last time out there was everything to him.